Hi everybody, Russ from My Amazon 11. Hope you're all safe and well this Bin Day Wednesday. For your channel, please consider subscribing, hitting the bell icon so you're made of anytime we put new content on. As always, I'd like to thank our lovely channel sponsors, Untuck It. Check them out in the description below. So, what was all that fuss about, eh? What was all that fuss about? As Glenn says, the so-called Big Six are out just in time for Bin Day. It's almost like they knew. It's almost like they knew Bin Day Wednesday was on its way. So, yes, it's my opinion. All of this, it was never the Super League was never going to happen. In my opinion, I still think it was a massive power play. By the Big Six to by the Big 12, really, the Big 12, to get more money in terms of Champions League. And surprise, surprise, UEFA were announcing a £6 billion investment from some company, and so yeah, it happens. So where it's a victory for fans. That's the way I see it. I don't see it so much as a victory. I see it as a it's worked, and we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see what happens. But obviously, the way to make sure it'll be a victory, in my humble opinion, would be for the Premier League to come out and ban them all from European competition for the next couple of years, because that, to me, is where the money's at, and that will really hit them in the pocket. Points deductions. I think it's definitely. I just think it's a case where you're going to get the actual oh god, my mind's gone to mush. Football's gone changed its head, like flipped over so much now. I'm trying to reset again. It's all very weird. But anyway, I think that's what we'll see what happens. But so we're fifth now. So not a bad result for us, I think, against the Chelsea Brighton game. It's up to us now. It's still in our hands. It's in our hands, isn't it? So, and obviously it did go through, so, the new Champions League thing did come through. So we'll see. So, yeah, there is going to be places for people who are elite clubs who don't necessarily qualify. So that's sort of a bit like the Super League already. I don't mean to piss on anyone's chips, but, that's the way I view it. Everyone's seen it as this brilliant victory for fans and stuff, but they've got what they wanted in a matter of fact way. £6 billion has been €6 billion is going to be put into the Champions League, so it's going to be bigger, so they're going to get more money and stuff like that. And that's the only way I think you'll be able to hit them is by giving them a situation where they can't get European qualification in the next few years, i.e. when the money's coming. Anyway, we'll wait and see. But what happens? Anyway, it's Bin Day Wednesday. More importantly, the bins have gone out. So the bins have gone out today. So Bin Day Wednesday. Hopefully, if I manage to watch our My Hams 11 with Richie Garcia, lovely bloke, Richie's. And fair play. It was late night in Perth, and he did the interview. Tonight we've got a great My Hammers 11. Where is it? Where's my picture? Tonight we've got Wally's World. Wally, the man himself. Wally, King of Prussia. He's going to be doing My Hammers 11. So that'll be up tonight at 5 o'clock. So make sure you check that out. And also, if you didn't check the Richie Garcia one, go and check it out as well. And there's a playlist of all the ex-players on there. I think we've got 70 episodes on there now, so yeah, there's quite a few. Anyway, let's see. We've got the chat. James, good morning, afternoon to you, sir. Carl, hope you're well. Duvet Dance, I hope you're well. Hello, Mo. All get relegated without payment. Yeah, it's not going to happen, is it? Let's be realistic, and for me, it's like, just as much as arguably the Premier League needs those 6 clubs more than they need us, if that makes sense, in my opinion. Because as I said before, if you go and watch some of the watch-alongs or whatever, and any time that the watch-alongs have got one of those big clubs, so to speak, more people watch viewing and Sky. More people watch Man United versus Burnley than Burnley versus Sheffield United. Do you know what I mean? So it does bring in a lot more ad revenue and stuff. So we're not going to kick them. I don't think we're going to kick them out of the league. I think there'll be some sort of points deduction, or maybe a fine, or maybe some expulsion from the Euro. But again, if Man United don't get into the the Champions League, or Man City, then that's going to in terms of the commercial value, it's going to really hit hard for sponsors and stuff. So, and they probably have stuff written into their contracts and stuff. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But as Mo says, at least the stars are back for England, indeed. And that's the thing, it wasn't about the players. It wasn't about the managers. It was about the guys in charge. Obviously, Woodward going as well. It's just been a much ado about nothing, to be honest. In my opinion, it's put into question about a lot of things around sport and stuff. And I think it's brought the fan base together. Regardless of who you supported. Obviously, we had, like yesterday, I was on with Anton and Stel, and we had obviously Natalie from a Man United fan. We had Mike. We had all these. We had Jack from Leicester. We had all these guys on, and credit where it's due. And for enough credit where it's due, Arsenal were first to come out and have actually apologise. The others just made it sound like they were invited to the party. No longer were. I think personally, Arsenal were invited. Didn't want to miss out. That's the way I see it. But yeah. Simon, hope you're well, my friend. Jude, hope you're well. Jude's a massive Villa fan. We're going to get Jude on the channel soon. We're going to do an outside the bubble with him. I'll do it. I'll drop you a note, Jude. Jude's got a great channel. Great channel. He interviews some fantastic people. Gaza and Steven Gerrard and stuff like that. It's really good. And while I'm at it, I promised Gatesy. Let me put a link up, because I did promise Gatesy yesterday that I would try and get some more subs for them. So they've got this thing at the moment. They're trying to hit 300 subs for their channel. And if they do, Gatesy will dress up as someone from Madagascar, and they'll donate 300 quid to the Isla campaign. So let's see if we can do that. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? 300 quid over to Isla as well. So anyway, sorry, I'm missing all these messages. Pete, fried, innit? Brain is fried. It's just been a weird time, in my opinion. Liam, hope you're on, my friend. 25%, 25 points deduction for me is the best punishment. Keeps most out of Europe. Yeah, it does. I know, but in a weird way, it's horrible as well, because we are cutting off our nose to spite our face. I totally agree with the idea of expelling them from Europe and stuff like that. But the value of Europe and stuff like that, well, the value being in Champions League is great from a football perspective, because obviously we'd qualify. But in terms of business, commercial, and football is a business. It's horrible to think of that, but it is. Then what's going to happen? Do you know what I mean? McDonald's aren't going to pay as much, or because Man United and Man City and these global brands aren't in it. And it is, I did say brands rather than clubs, because they are treated like brands at that sort of level. So we'll see. What happens. Something's got to be done. Something has to be done. I think it's going to be more of a mandatory thing, a fine or transfer embargo, something which doesn't affect the value of the team in the Premier League and the value of those teams in Europe as well. That's what I think is going to happen, but we'll see. We shall see. As Glenn, it's a sad day. Richer clubs still getting what they want. That's what I mean. They're still getting the money. They're getting them more money, but it's more legitimate, so to speak. They have to qualify to get it, but they don't necessarily even have to qualify, because if they are one of these elite clubs, then they get in even if they don't qualify. Or I don't know how it all works. Duke, have you finished yet? Duke was on his show. I went on for a little bit, and it kept going back in. They were still on hours they were on the show. Totally agree. Must relegate us. I renewed my season ticket last week. Next season, I'm packing in. The football bubble has burst, and obviously, Happy is a Liverpool fan. So yeah, it's I know it's tough. We had Natalie obviously on the Irons United show the other day, and she was like saying, "That's it. I'm done." Be interested to see what happens now. Because everyone, obviously, Henry's come out and done his apology video. Read it as you were. Arsenal, but again, apologies is just the paper it's written on, or the video that it's said on. It's what now happens. Particularly someone like Liverpool, who by all accounts jacked up their prices by up to £65 for the cheapest ticket, plus furloughed staff and Spurs obviously furloughing staff and getting bailouts from the government, and that's going to be interesting, because obviously clearly Spurs' motivation was to pay the money back that they owe the government and for the actual stadium. And Barcelona and Real Madrid, they were the main catalysts of all this, because they're so far in debt, it's unbelievable. So it's going to be really interesting. I will try not to pee on your chips. So are you eating chips? That's the question. If the ESL was started, the Big Six would have excluded themselves for 23 years. Banning them for a year or so seems very reasonable. It seems reasonable in the grand scheme of things. A year, not like a huge, 5-10 year ban. That's ridiculous. But a year, 2 years, 3 years, enough for us to get into the Champions League. No, not at all. But I think it's going to be more. I would impose more of a transfer embargo, maybe an in and out embargo as well, because then they won't make any money on transfers. They won't sell the big players. They won't sell players out to get money into the club. So it would be sufficient just on the broadcast and the sponsorship and the match day takings. Who knows? 35 points. Here we go. Stoke. Hello, Stoke. If anyone's new, why don't you give it a like, give it a share, give it a subscribe. I put on Mini Russ, because otherwise people moan if Mini Russ isn't on. There he is. Right, back to Spencer. 35 point deduction next 2 seasons, £100 million fine to be paid to the lower leagues. I think I think that's great. I think something like that's, where there's a fine which is then paid to the lower leagues or something like that. So it seems the money's still. So we know the money's still going in. Tevez, the Carlos Tevez incident. We end up paying tens of millions of pounds to Sheffield United for that. Out of court settlements, in court, despite the fact that the Premier League ratified it all. And we paid the fine. I still understand that myself. And also, things like the quarterfinals of the League Cup, when we paid Manny on a minimum I played, and we had to replay that again. These little things, and I think Kent made a point on Facebook. These little things add up, and as a smaller club, so to speak, a smaller club, you need to give you one hand and take it with the other. So you ask what's going on, what's going to be called then, Russ, the Ponce League, if we're going to give faces people. Exactly, that's what I mean. It is at the moment. If you look at the new Champions League, in theory, I think it's not this season coming, but the next season, but the season after, I think. It could be a situation where Man United, say we take the season now, say Liverpool finish outside the top 6 and they're in the coefficient top spots or whatever like that in terms of performance in previous tournaments. They could be 5th, we could be 4th, we'd go into the Europa League, and they would be they'd go into the Champions League because they're part of an elite club. So we're no better off. We're no better off. It's the same as if Arsenal, bless them, if Arsenal win the Europa League and we're 4th, they will go straight into the Champions League. If then one team outside of the Champions League spots in the Premier League wins, say Chelsea won the Champions League, whatever, and they finished 5th, we would end up being 4th, and we wouldn't get into Europe because there's a maximum of 5 places per country. So it would be Arsenal, it would be the top 3, Arsenal, Chelsea in the top 3. So we'd get in Europa League. So anyway, a ban for a few years, but I can't see it happening. But I don't think it'll be a ban. Stuart, thank you for coming on, sir. New poster. A sad day for Southend indeed. They don't come back anytime soon, but happy for cheers, mate. I appreciate that. Yes, I mean, again, in all this billions and billions and billions and billions, teams like Southend are going out of business. Bury went out of existence, and UEFA weren't around for that, were they? They weren't around for that. But as soon as something that sort of turns up, which gives which damages their brand and their commercial interests, all over it. Bury, you could have saved Bury for a couple of £100,000. You know what I mean? It's the same as Southend, and it's a sad day. It's a sad day. What we got? What's Kent got? There we go. Kent's got cod. I don't think God. You could have some battered cod, but I imagine cod, chips, mushy peas, all over, all cooked in the oven, no fat added. Healthy option portion. Very good to you, sir. Gary, people were happy to deduct West Ham points over Tevez. They need to be punished, and we were punished for something that the Premier League agreed with. It was like he couldn't have played, but it was only afterwards that we get an out of court settlement and stuff like that. As long as one of them goes down, a precedent needs to be set. This is interesting. Let's see what Pete says. I hope all the owners are severely punished, even if it means points or relegation. But football as a whole needs a complete restructure because if anything, this is exposed the imbalance in the sport. But it's the same as every sport, isn't it? And the thing is, if you the most successful teams will get better and they get richer. And that's what happens. And if it all knocks it all down, you still get the team. You still get the Bayern Munich and Dortmund. They still have all the power in Germany, even though they're owned by 49-51. It's still that they're still the big two, and there's the competitive nature of the Bundesliga isn't. You'll get someone who might just creep up like a Schalke. Then Schalke are going to be relegated, and they were up there in the Champions League spots, a few seasons ago. So it's, and that's the nature of the sport. Obviously, I like the way the NFL works in terms of the draft system. The top teams get the last drafts and the bottom, for the newer kids, so to speak. But then transfers isn't such. There are some reasonably big transfers and trades and stuff, but it's mainly about bringing in the youth team, the college students, in terms of college football. And I like that as an idea because it means it's a relatively level playing field. Every year you almost have a completely new squad, but that's not for football. So we'll see. Gary Neville, Jamie Carragher have come out quite strongly on their own, calling for their respective owners to leave, which is quite a big thing, I think. So we shall see what happens. Don't want any points, rejection, or ban. I don't want to make it on merit. The Big Six will say that any other team got there because they're in the race. I totally agree, my friend. I do agree with that. Oh my God. So many. Look, I'm so sorry. Right. I'm trying to get through all these. As a whole, why owners should be allowed to own football clubs? Well, it's a business, isn't it? It's a business. What's their channel called? It's False Minds. There's a link in. I've just put a link in, Mo. If we can try and get that up. I think they're on, what are they on now? They're on 246. So thank you. A couple of people have subscribed already. I'd like to get them to 500 if I can by the end, or 300 rather, by the end of today. I reckon we could probably do that. I reckon I can do that. 50 subs to go. Yeah, there or thereabouts. Cheers, Jude. Come on, man. On a Friday, come on. We do like a Friday. We do a Friday chat. Come on for a chat on Friday. Tomorrow we'll be doing. Tomorrow we're doing quiz day Thursday. Pete, get involved. You're going to get some good questions. There's a lot of 50-50 ones and stuff. That's tomorrow. Friday we've got fun. Freestyle Friday. I hope this week we'll have at least another 2 ex-player Miami's 11s coming up. I should be recording them towards the end of the week, so that should be good. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything. Everyone make sure to get the 4 hours free today to watch every minute of last minute stream featuring Russ himself. Yeah, I turned up. Yeah, and Daddy Peach was on the channel. Barney, I actually got to. I've met Mrs. Mama Peach, kinda, but Daddy Peach was on the channel, so we have to stop calling the Big Six. Arsenal stand 10th. I agree. Totally agree with Duvet. Expel for 1 season. I think that's the only way you can do it, to put enough of a marker down which will hit them financially. Do you know what I mean? Without damaging Europe for the rest of the teams, because it doesn't matter how we position it. Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, not so Spurs, but those 5. I refuse to put Spurs in that 6, but those 5 in essence, there are global brands, which everyone choosing to watch. More people tuning to watch, as I said, Man U versus Burnley than Sheffield United versus Burnley. They just do. It's got more global appeal. So, in terms of us getting a good share of Europe, for example, if we didn't have these teams in, it's going to diminish the return for sponsors getting involved next season. So, and I know it means the big cats get more money, but it does filter down to the people within the competition itself. So I wouldn't want to cut off my nose to spite my face. Do you know what I mean? But it has to be enough so they know, it's like 1 year, I don't think would damage it. If you put them for like 3 or 5 years or something ridiculous that some people have said, then you would damage that, in my opinion. But anyway, we're talking about football. We're talking about football so much. Anyway, I'm going to go through someone's comments, but more importantly, what chocolate have I got today? It doesn't matter. As I said, doesn't matter. I haven't. Perez has not phoned me. We are not taking this to the Super League. We're still in the crisps and chocolate. Today it's what chocolate have I got today? So let's see what we can. Last time it literally lasted about 2 seconds, and I think that was it. Here we go. Proper questions. Thank you, Mo. What McFlurry flavored like? I like it plain. I'm a plain man when it comes to my milkshake and ice cream selections. So it would be just dairy milk without the sauce, but just with the bits. Or actually, I actually have just told a lie completely. I like the Galaxy caramel one with the caramel sauce. Interesting lesson in getting involved. They're not. They're not in that bracket, are they? Yeah, from a football perspective, they should be, but they're not. And I think also the ownership as well makes a big difference. The ownership. We had Mike from the Everton, from Blue Boys Network, who was talking about Everton, and they were apparently invited into this this sort of thing 7 thing they did a few years ago, and they rejected it. And it wasn't for them. And I think Leicester as well. Leicester, the ownership very much keeping in, obviously when the owner died and stuff, it just went to the family and they continued to level investment. But yeah, don't want to be left behind, and redundancies we went through. No, it was. And I think also, something like that, and I appreciate I'm trying to catch up because it's like 10 minutes worth of thing. But also something like Arsenal, it was the fear of, was it FOMO? It was that. And I think they got dragged in, to be honest. Russ Lingard wants to stay and sign for 22 million. Apparently so, but we'll see. Fines to the lower clubs, good shout. Can't see the 14 sides deciding on the big threes, as obviously we had some. Others would certainly benefit more than others. Indeed, and I think there's always going to be that criticism. I think if you do it, then it will be. I think if you did do the points, I don't know how it works. I don't know how you vote, because surely they're back in the Premier League, so they get a vote. I don't know. Are any of the Wolves playing in the EFL would boost his ratings? Very true. Stop calling the big six. How about Scrab Six or the greedy six? Wasn't it? Got to use this opportunity to make real change. I agree. Homegrown requirements for the line for me. I think that's a great shout. Shouldn't be in the champion in the UCL, even if you won the Europe. Oh, tough. Oh, that's tough, man. Bakery still closed, so today ham, sandwich, pepperoni, baby bell, max crisps 12, and a jelly. Nice. How about Big Six start their own league with others around Europe? That way we can keep the football alive and they can have money points. That's a great idea. Lisa, how are you? How are you, my friend? I want hubby to follow his local team instead. Our son, who's 2, I want to play rugby, not football now. Football is a gentleman's sport. No, hooligan sport played. No. It's a gentleman's sport played hooligans, and rugby is a hooligan sport played by gentlemen. I used to love playing rugby. Vasilis, good evening, sir. Good afternoon. Sorry, good afternoon. It's only Greece. It's only an hour or two. Best wishes. Good on you, sir. Did you hear about the problem in Greece at the moment? They've put more tax on hummus and tam salata. There we go. It's called a double dip recession. You can have that one for free. Have that for free, Vasilis. I've got Scotch eggs today and basil, tomato and basil soup and a mug of tea. Very good. Right. Oh my God. So they've all jumped up. Right. Here we go. I'm trying to get through everyone. Big Six should be forced to give money to the sides that are struggling. Can't believe half of these teams felt bigger than Champions League, even though they never won it. I think, particularly with things like Southend going out of business and Bury and things like that, it is incredible how a team like Bury could go out of business. It's incredible how a team like Southend can go out of business when there's so much money around the game. Anyway, I did say about the Sheffield thing, Russ. It's easy to do. It's a money fine when we muffin to them. Points deduction, indeed. You're coming on quiz day. That's what I like, Pete. That's why we still don't have our money of football back. Russ, what give you a channel? So it was heard you got to pay for us. Give my channel a shout. Yeah, we are locals. Yeah, obviously Hammer's polls as well. Hammer's polls. Punishment needs to be severe to have enough thoughts of breakaway. Question for us: how do we move on from this regarding the Premier League? Hope it doesn't go flat towards the end of the season. In terms of how it's going to be handled, it's going to be nothing. I don't think it's going to be nothing in the next 6 games. Personally, the ramifications may happen in the summer for Champions League and stuff, but I can't see anything happening. I really can't. Maybe a fine. It's just that it's too much now. Toffee crisp, no. Snickers, no. Lion bar, no. 12, damn, dime, no. If we get into Europe, will we get more global reach? We'll get more global reach, but it's whether that fan base. It's not necessarily going into a global market. You might attract more fans. You should attract more fans, but it's whether they stay. It's like Twitter. It's like Facebook and YouTube. You might get loads of subscribers, but if those subscribers or don't come back, or what's the point of having them? Do you know what I mean? Old Jamaican, no. Crunchy, no. My favourite is a cream egg McFlurry. There we go. Munchies, no. Anyone remember Vice Versa chocolate? No, I do not. Mars bar, because the top 6 are scared football. Yeah, I should have got something football related. No, cream eggs are awful. Can't stand. I don't like cream eggs. It's the like the fondant in it. It's far too sweet for my liking. Lion bar, no. Something with dark chocolate, no. If you could move one pub cafe spot to London Stadium, brick for brick. Oh, that's a great question. What a great question. I would say, to be honest, I wasn't a pie mash fan, or I loved the Urcans the fish and chip shop. I just like the burger. Oh, I tell you what, it would be that little burger hut by the east next to Urcans. Used to love that. Galaxy, no. Any charges will be judged by an independent channel. It's the rules afternoon. Cheers, Fresh. Thanks, mate. Appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Walker's Bait, thumbs up, thumbs down. Yeah. Walker's Bait's salt vinegar, not too bad. And some bites are all right as well. Potato salad for lunch every day. There we go. What we got? Boost, no. Yorkie, no. Mars, no. Revels, no. Never. Can't take the risk. You can't take the risk, Pete. You could get a cat. You could get like a coffee one or an orange one. Can't take the risk. Chunky Kit Kat for Chunky Russell. No. She still calls me Chunky Russell. Anyone, if anyone in the UK watches Channel 5, there's a program called Happy Campers, and it's about caravan parks. And there's an entertainer there, which my dad got me onto the program. Not got me onto the program, but he said, you should watch this. There's a guy called Russell who reminds me of you, and he's called Chunky Russell. Oh, I wonder if I can find a picture for him. It is, honestly, it's horrible. Absolutely. He's like, thanks, Dad. You're so kind. You're so kind. Right, okay, here he is. Let me save this image. And I'll put it up. Chunky Russell, his name is. Right, where's my brand? Let me go in. Let's bring it up. This is what my dad thinks I look like. And it actually, probably, I haven't got the... where is it gone? I put it into downloads. Sorry about this. Where's that gone? Where's Chunky Russell gone? There he is. There's Chunky Russell. So this is what my dad thinks of me. He thinks this... And I haven't got... Let me put my glasses on. Because my wife laughed when she saw it. So that's Chunky Russell. That's Chunky Russell. Okay. And that's me. That's Chunky Russell. And that's me. Let me try and do the same. Oh, God, my better glasses. Look like I had a good night out then, didn't I? Cheers, Dad. Thank you, Dad. Right, okay, let's carry on. Good day. Thanks for the chat. I'm sure you're having a Hershey's chocolate. I'm not. And obviously, don't forget tonight rather, we have Wally. Wally's My Hammers 11 is coming up tonight, so make sure you watch that. It's very, very good. What we got here? Right, we're carrying going, trying to find out what chocolate bar I had. Forget their football chopsticks. What is the there we go. That's a question. We'll do that next. We'll do it as a poll. Nathan's or Dixie's. Whisper, no. M&M's, no. Topic, no. Picnic, no. Do you remember Texan bars? No. You asked me this last time. I don't remember them at all. Anyone else do? I don't. Bounty, no. Fruit and Nut, no. Minstrels, no. Flake, no. Ripple, no. Hershey's, never going to happen. In light of the Super League, yeah, no. Even more so. Timeout, no. Yeah, probably. I think it's Stell's tonight today, so probably been about 3 o'clock. Chunk, it is harsh, isn't it? Separated at birth. Russ Budden. Now this is what I mean. Russ Budden for Mayor of London. Technically, I do live in London because Havering is London. I get to vote for the mayor. A bit late this year. A bit late, I think, for nominations. Maybe we'll have a go. I've got an idea who could be my social media person. He's the best YouTuber in Norwich. Athens. No, anyway, what we got here? Twins. Yeah, me and Junkie Russell. Yorkie, no, it's not Yorkie. It's not Rolo. It's not Topic. Anything with peanut butter in for me. Yeah, Reese's fan. You see, every time me and Jay, it just gets more and more. It's just weird how I love peanut butter. Anyway, yeah, we'll do it next week. We'll do a chocolate My Hammers 11 next week. There we go. Picnic, no. What we got here? Double decker, no. It's a double decker. Who are you voting for? I don't know. Do you guys? I don't really. I need to have a look. I totally agree. Hashtag Russ for mayor. Yeah, get Alfie in. Yeah, he could also write the song as well, couldn't he? Pete, just slamming the chat. Milky Way, no, it's not a Milky Way. It's not a chomp. Mini Russ for no. Let's forget about the Super League now. Remind ourselves that West Ham are absolutely massive and on our way into Champions League. Come on, you Irons. That's what I like, Kai. Come on, you Irons. Indeed. We are still mad. We're fifth, and it's in our hands. Win every game, and we got 6 cup finals left. Win every game, win the Champions League. We're in the 4th place. We could be in the 3rd place. That's what I think I want, just to make sure. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, Nico for mayor. Yeah, I might vote for Nico actually. Blue Ribbon, no, it's normal seasons. It's not Whispers, no, it's not Curly Whirly, it's not Ripple, it's not Twirl, it's not Fudge, it's not Kit Kat. There's so many chocolate bars in there. It's not a Star Bar. What is the chocolate bar that Russ has got? What have I got? What have I got? That's the question. That's the question we're all asking. It is. I'll give you a little clue. It is a bag of chocolate. A bag of chocolate. Any suggestions? I can multitask. I'm still typing an email. What can we do? Oh, here we go. Right, here we go. Fudge. Hopefully Spurs. Do you know what? And there's something about it. There's something about the fact that obviously the Leeds game, Liverpool, Leeds gave them a good game. Yesterday, Chelsea really bad, I thought. And Brighton were unlucky not to get anything, to be fair. Hopefully Spurs lose tonight. And then, I think ended up. Am I right? There's no chance for Arsenal. Like every game. I think if we won against if we won that Newcastle game, we were guaranteed top 6. Was that right? Someone mentioned something like that. I don't know if it's true or not. Fredo got a good agent. Transfer went sky high. There we go. A good old Fredo. Boost. No, with all the talk of ESPL, we totally forgot about. Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. It's the fantastic PR thing. And it's like, oh yeah, by the way, we lost to Newcastle 3-2, and Craig Dawson got sent off. I know. Thanks, Pete. Anyway, congratulations on your draw, which obviously confirmed with Fulham, which could 94th minute equaliser at home, which confirms that position in the Super League. And well, congratulations. Right, here we go. Picnic, no. Terry's chocolate, oh. No. Nope. Minstrels, no. Have you ever tried a gold biscuit? Are they like the biscuits in the white, sort of slightly orangey white chocolate? If so, they're very nice. Hammers are letting me down. Oh, sorry. Arsenal. Maltesers, no. Stars, no. Chocolate nibbles from Ann Summers. Nibble. How did you guess? There we go. Eclairs, no. Minstrels. Oh, got it. He's got it. They look buff, don't they? I don't know if I tried these before, but they say they're new, so we'll give them a go. I try a couple. I'll give the rest a flow. So well done. Congratulations. Counters, no. It was like they were large. I mean, large buttons. They were large buttons. Which were chocolate. I tell you what, though, I love an aero button. Or Chelsea have one eye on the COO. Hopefully, and also the FA Cup as well. They're through to the final as well, aren't they? So, not a chocolate bar. I did say a bag. Yeah, good. Okay. What we got here? First of all, 97 minutes. I think we've secured for the next. Congratulations. You've secured Premier League football with 6 games to go. You must be so proud of your team at the moment. Points deduction for us. I told you I'm not going. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving to the ESL. I told you I'm not. She will enjoy them. She's like me. She's a chocolate orange fan. We'll literally go to there's if we go and get an Indian takeaway, she'll come with me, but she'll want to get, and she doesn't eat it, but she'll go say, oh, you should order it from Passage to India rather than da. And the only reason she wants me and go with me is because they give out that little chocolate orange, mints, like chocolate after 8 things, and they give her loads. That's the only reason she goes there. It's not bad curry, but it's a bit more expensive. It is what it is. I don't know they were a thing. Terry's all the way though. They are good if I remember. I've just eaten my bag of orange flavour. There we go. You see, it's all part of the plan. I remember for eating bubbles. Very good. And we'll do a chocolate 11. Maybe next week we'll do one. We're also going to hopefully do a live Noble Era as well. Whether that's during a lunchtime, might even be one of the evening shows, because people seem to quite enjoy the format, the sort of the guessing thing. I'll have to figure out how we can do that. I might be able to do it with Kahoot, where you can sort of guess the names, but obviously it's a spelling and things like that. It'll be a bit tricky, but we'll see. Just because it'll be quite funny, or just even in the chat, because it was quite funny with like the pixelated ones. Who am I? Da, 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 da. I'm Robbie Keane. I'm Radislav Kovac, or Radioslav Kovac, I called him, or whatever he is. So we'll try and do that next week as well. As I said, we should have a couple of ex-Hammer Mimers Levens this week as well. We've already had Richie Garcia. That was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. We should have 2 more this week as well. And hopefully we'll get a few of the fans on, like other club fans next week for Outside the Bubbles and stuff, which would be quite interesting, because I always find them very interesting. And they become friends of the channel, like Pete. He just pops on. My non-league team have been in the year for years. The Essex Senior League. Very good, Skip. Very good. Great Choc. Yes, it's Chocolate. And there's one in Carnaby Street as well, I believe. When's the next I need to get on to Martin actually about that, because Martin basically does it all. So we're going to try and do. And what we was going to do is do some slightly older players, because I think people really enjoyed it when we did the Frank Lampard Senior one. So we're going to try and do that a bit more. So people like Pop Robson, maybe Crossy, those types of people. Maybe people even older, like Peter Braybrook or Jeff Pike or Patsy Holland. I think that's sort of the ilk we're looking at, and I think people would appreciate that, because there's not really much more. It's always, that's why I love doing Miami's 11, because a lot of the content that's out there is the topical stuff, and it's great, and I love doing this little thing lets me do sort of the more topical stuff, but it's all nostalgia and like listening. And I know you're the same as me, Ken. You love listening to the older players, like the Clyde Bests and like people like Terry Creasy, and the fans who are obviously like Anton's dad, and Jim. I mean, he, and who have been supporters since the 70s and stuff like that. I just think it just keeps that history going, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? In terms of, it's obviously what's happening, but even more so now, it's about sort of understanding our history and where the club's come from, and talking to fans who have supported the club for many, many years, that type of thing. I just think it's great. Clyde Best be a great one. We're trying to get Clyde on the channel eventually, so that would be really cool. That'd be cool. Kent Hammers appreciate. We always appreciate Head. We always appreciate Ken. Mo's back. That's good. I'm glad, man. When do you think Declan Rice will be back? Is it too much of an ask for him to return for that? Oh, I don't. I would think so. There was he put something on Twitter and Instagram of him running on the running machine without a brace or anything. So we'll see. Jeff Pike, George Paris. I think all that lot. There's a real sort of nice bunch we could do, and I think people really, really enjoy it. And also, no disrespect to anyone, but you get a slightly different audience as well when you do stuff like like Frank Lampard Senior, rather than necessarily someone like John Hartson or Terry. It's a few generations back, so I quite enjoy that. So Declan, we're back for Burnley. We'll see. Schalke confirmed relegation. Well, they tried to get themselves into the European League, didn't they? So I thought, well, we're going down anyway. 60,000 stadium in Bundesliga. Well, you guys won't have to worry about that next season, because you have quite well, bar a points deduction. Who knows? But yeah, do you know what I mean? So, congrats. See if James Corden can. Do you know what James is? I've said it on the channel before. We're trying to get him on, but he is so busy, to the extent that he couldn't even do his sister's podcast the other day. He had to cancel his own sister. So he's not going to come. He's not going to go, oh, sorry, I'm going to go Russ instead. I don't know. It will happen eventually. It might not be. It might be in the summer. It might be September. Obviously, I've got a big birthday coming up in September, so I'm going to try and do like 40th seller, like the greatest hits, and get like some really big hitters in for that time, potentially in September. So obviously 21 again. Come on, the Saints. There we go. Brighton done good against Chelsea. They certainly did. Kent's met Clive Best. How about Kieran Knightley? Possibly. Possibly. We'll see. Paolo. Paolo's my white whale. Do you know what I mean? I'd love to interview Paolo Di Canio. I would. But I don't know if it's one of those ones where we'll see. We'll see. I would hope if by the end of this year we'd have had Paolo Di Canio on the channel. I would have hoped so, but we will see. I'll take the beatings of the last. I know if he can spare time for Prince Harry, he can certainly see. Well, according to Jack, Mayor Russ of London. So, do you know what I mean? So, it's the least he can do. It's the least he can do. September, mate. I'm 21 in September. A big birthday party stream. I think so. I think we'd have to, man. We will see. Pixie Lot again. I'm in talks with all these people have been contacted, so we'll just have to get there. We'll get there eventually. We'll get there eventually with Pixie. The trouble is now because I mean, Jack would know this because Jack does a lot of all his own bookings as well. Once everything's opened up a bit, people are a bit busy now. So it's a bit busy now. But anyway, Nick Berry. I'm trying to track Nick down. Actually, I can't find him. I can't find Nick Berry. I'm trying to track him down. Him and Todd Carty. They're on the he's on the Instagram, old Todd, but he's not really. So anyway, if anyone knows him, it's great. We got here. How does one even contact Pally Canyon? Leave it to me. Leave it to me, Carl. Leave it to me. I've got means and ways. Rusty boy, Anton. Let me just see. Has they booked in what time they're doing their thing? Doesn't look like it yet. I'm going to go in a minute anyway. Can you imagine Miss Budden? Oh, she's married to Mrs. Budden. Shout up to us, dinner ready. No, because firstly, what you've failed to realise is that's the assumption is that Mrs. Budden's cooked dinner, and that doesn't happen. So yeah, that doesn't happen. So the whole dream has disbanded as quickly as you typed it, to be honest, because she doesn't cook it. Apart from it's a lasagna. And she does cook a good lasagna. I'll give her that. She does cook a really good lasagna. Once every sort of year or 6 months, we get a lasagna. How about a power appreciation? He'd probably turn up to that. Yeah, maybe. Birthday party at London Stadium. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah, we'll have to do something. That'd be good. Was in a meeting, jumping to everybody. Well, all right, see ya. Bye. He's off. Stephen, the catchphrase guy. Stephen Mulhern, you mean? He's not a West Ham fan. I don't think he's a West Ham fan. But Steve, actually, to be fair, Stephen's a nice boy, actually. When it was my wife's 40th, and James and Corden as well, I got Stephen to film her a little video to say, because she loves him, to say, happy birthday. I heard you join the naughty 40s or something with me or something like that, and that was, I could have not got anything else and just got that video. And she was over the moon with it. And old Corden, he did a little message and sent her a birthday card, kept me in the good books for a little while, about 5 minutes. Gus is going to make this go 4 hours. Nope. No, not 4 hours. Not 4 hours. Don't worry. We're going to go in a tick anyway. Matt Damon. He's a Villa fan, isn't he, Damon? I think Perry Fenwick, Perry never takes you back. I'm trying to get Uncle Jack on first before I get Nick Berry, because Perry would have probably overlapped Nick and maybe Todd, the EastEnders guys, a little bit. So we'll see. He gets on his local. He likes us, but supports Charlton. Does Stephen Mulhern support Charlton? Barack Obama. He's coming up tomorrow. He's going to be on with us. Could you imagine? Yeah, Barack Obama. But don't tell anyone. Just drop it and just drop the video and see what happens. Oh, brilliant! I absolutely love it. Right, gentlemen and ladies, thank you so much for your time again. As I say, tomorrow we'll do Quiz Day Thursday. Make sure you get here nice and sharp at 12:30, and we'll get that up and running. If you haven't done it before, or you're not a West Ham fan, give it a go. There's a lot of 50-50s and stuff like that, and we'll find a decent prize for you. They're usually West Ham's related, but if Pete wins it, he can win something else. He doesn't have to be. He might want a My Hammers 11 mug, and he can take it to Highbury. He can take it to Emirates, and he can drink out of it. I would love to see that. But yes, so make sure you do that. Make sure you check out Wally's My Hammers 11 today as well. We'll be up at 5 o'clock in the UK. And as I said, hopefully towards the end of the week, we'll have a couple more ex-players coming up as well. And hopefully a few. We've got there's some good ones on the horizon being booked. I've just got to confirm dates, but there are some good ones coming. I mean, everyone's a good one, but there are some, we're getting some nice ones as well. So, every ex-player. I mean, even, we had, even people like, someone like Richie, for example, we played 22 appearances. That's 22 than any of us have made. And I would have loved, we'd have swapped, all of our life to have that one appearance, let alone 22, so I like to interview guys who have, anyone who's pulled on the shirt, claret and blue, needs to be, revered, because they have, they've lived our boyhood dreams. But anyway, what we got here? Can't do a one-off non-appreciation night. Maybe a rugby one. Get Delalio, Martin Johnson, Will Greenwood. Maybe. I don't think maybe we do it as a different channel. Who knows? Anyway, gentlemen. Right, what we got here? Just go through something. Cheers. You now support Millwall. Okay. Mo's now a Millwall fan. There we go. Good. I'm glad we made you smile. That's the whole point. The whole point is just to have a little bit of 45 minutes of silliness. So hopefully everyone enjoyed it. Why don't you get that pundit from Millwall? He's effing annoying. Okay, Mo, thank you so much. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for your time as always. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. Wash those hands. Get those appointments when you get your jabs appointments. Come on, you irons, and we'll see you again tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow lunchtime.